All for the same old tricks like the New York Knicks who want ball on the Heat.
Yo, welcome back, AWG family. We are back with another video. We're gonna be doing a reaction video. I actually didn't pick this reaction video, so what are we gonna be watching today?
I picked it. It's basically about Pokimane's downfall. Apparently, there are some recent comments that she had made, and they just don't, align with what she actually does. She's basically saying one thing and then doing another. And I don't want to talk too much about it because I think the video covers most of it, hopefully. But let's get right into it. I hope you guys enjoy this video.
We got the boys with us.
Yeah, we do have the doggies with us. So yeah, let's get into it.
Comment down below. Say hi to Milo and Kenji.
All right. Let's see if it's turning all the way up. Audio good.
If I ever was a billionaire, I wouldn't be a billionaire for more than a day. I would give away most of my money.
Yeah, that's already count. You're a millionaire.
Okay,
you wouldn't be a millionaire for a day.
I kind of understand where she's coming from. Like as a billionaire, like there's that's like a billionaire is different.
She has tens millions.
But a millionaire.
She has tens millions. She has tens million.
Yeah, we don't know if she gives her money away.
She said she wouldn't have that.
I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Already starting off bad.
But I also think that's most people.
You ever watch someone dig themselves deeper and deeper into a hole, and you're just sitting there like, please stop talking already? Well, yeah, grab the popcorn, because Pokimane just turned that hole into a full-blown crater, and it's honestly getting wild fast. We're talking about a single week so bad that she went from preaching about how capitalism is evil to getting dragged for living the most luxury, influencer-coded lifestyle imaginable, to allegedly shielding someone facing serious accusations. Sponsorships started slipping, her own community turned on her, and somehow every apology just made things worse. And the craziest part is, none of this feels random anymore because it all exposes a pattern people have been calling out for years, and it all kicked off with one clip that lit the internet on fire.
Unfortunately, we live in such a self-centered, capitalistic society.
Okay. I'm just going to say something on that.
Self-centered capitalistic.
I'm going to say something on that, okay? I know about politics, right? I wouldn't say I'm very, very politically involved, but I know about politics, put it like that.
All right.
Okay, so she's talking about capitalism, but she is rich off of capitalism. FYI. Because the reason why I say that is because she was given a choice to start a business or streaming services or whatever the case may be. That's what she does. That's her job, right? And she's allowed to write off certain things. She's allowed to write off her business expenses, like her PC, internet bill, all those things that require her to do her job. That's also a part of the capitalist system. Okay? 2, let's get into some more details. The way it works is now she's able to do that, and like the government doesn't have control over her business, essentially. She has control. Obviously, she has to pay taxes and etc. Yes, but she has control. So she is exploiting the capitalist system for her to be rich. And that's my point, is capitalism, even though it's not the best thing, there's going to be no perfect, we have sin in the world. There's going to be no perfect system that we can build. God only builds the perfect system. And God has built the perfect system. We just don't follow it, right? But capitalism is the only system that gives you a fair chance of being rich. Does that mean that it's easy? Does that mean that everyone is given the same cards? No. That just means that you are given a fair chance to get rich based off of how hard you work and how many risks you take, right? A lot of people don't think that they can make a lot of money in capitalism because they don't want to take risk. They just think that if I work my 9 to 5 for the rest of my life, I will become rich. No, that's just not how the capitalism system works. Now, when we get into socialism and communism, right, these systems don't work at all. In theory, these are the best systems, communism and socialism. In theory, if you look at it on a piece of paper, you'd be like, this is great. Like, everyone is fair, everyone is equal, everyone is rich. That's how you would look at it. You'd be like, this is amazing on the piece of paper. However, with government wanting to be in power, etc., communism has never worked. You can look at the fall of the Soviet Union, and you can look at the fall of Vietnam, right? Even though Vietnam won the Vietnam War because it was North Vietnam between South Vietnam, and there was a war between the South Vietnam wanted to be capitalist, North Vietnam wanted to be communist, and North Vietnam ended up winning, society ended up failing. So they decided to shift to capitalism, but they admit that they say that they're communist because it is like a kind of like pride or thing, because they're like, oh, well, we won and communism is working. Haha, look at communism work. It's not. It's just shielded because they're really running off of capitalism, because capitalism is the most efficient system when it comes to owning business as citizens, right? So that's my point. Is now, like I said, communism and socialism, I'm not saying that they're bad ideas. In context, they work. They are perfect. Like, they sound amazing. If everything went perfectly right and there was no greed in the world, communism would work. It's just the fact that there's greed in the world, that people want to be more powerful than other people. It doesn't work. Capitalism gives you a fair chance given those restrictions of there being all the greed and pride and etc. Capitalism gives you a fair chance to get ahead. That's all it is. It doesn't mean that if I pop out and I'm a baby, that somebody that pops out that has a rich mom and dad, and I pop out of a poor mom and dad, does that mean that our lives are going to be equal? No. But does it mean that I have the same opportunity, as in the door is opened, meaning like it's not that I can't do what he's doing. Obviously it's going to be harder for me to get to that point, but I still have the door open. The door isn't completely shut. Like, you can't do it. That's the capitalism system, essentially, right? So her saying, sorry, that was a rant, but her saying that she got rich off of capitalism and she exploited capitalism to get to where she's at. Just FYI.
And it sucks because it trains us to prioritize work and money above all else, even friendships, even being there for other people.
Pokimane went on a long...
She kind of justified it. She got rich off of capitalistic, but she is also saying that it makes us prioritize those things, which is true.
It's true, but
how could we get mad from like, that's like
my
making a
point,
statement of, I'm a drug dealer, I made a whole bunch of money, I'm telling you not to make a whole bunch, or I'm telling you not to do drugs, but because I made a whole bunch of money, I shouldn't be able to tell you not to do drugs?
Yeah.
Not to sell drugs?
Yeah. Because
I'm just trying to
see, so she proved my point. You see what I'm saying? Because it forces you to work and stuff like that. The idea of socialism, communism, you're not forced to work or anything. And sadly, in this world, we know that people are lazy, right? So how is it fair that if let's say I get a Ferrari, right? And I worked hard for my Ferrari. This person is able to get my Ferrari without even working the same as I worked. But I worked hard for mine, but he's able to get it because we're equal. Doesn't make sense. If I'm forced to work, whatever the case may be, some people just need to be forced because some people are lazy. That's just how the world is. And it's sad to say that. If people just wanted to work or whatever the case may be, then yeah. But it's the fact that no matter what you do, no matter what you provide, people aren't going to want to work because they have the opportunity to be lazy. And the reason why is because that's one of the sins within the Bible. Sloth, right? Sloth is a deadly sin. It is something that humans are tempted into. That's why whenever you have an assignment due, you're like, I don't feel like doing it. You're lazy. Oh, I gotta go pick up Oh, I don't feel like doing it today. You're lazy. That's all there is to it.
Is it laziness, or is it just that I don't want to do what they want me to do? I'm not, because like, I hear that argument a lot, that like, if we were to go to an environment where like everybody got the same, I don't want to go back to a world where if I'm working my butt off and then another person gets the same thing without working. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, though, is it us being lazy because we don't want to do that assignment or we don't want to go to work? Or is it because we're doing something that we don't want to do? We're being forced to do it. Because I feel like if I was, hey, Demetrio, you get to do what you love and go make money for it, I would want to come. Just how we have the business idea. If I love what I do and I'm also going to work for it, I'm going to want to go to work. But if I don't love what I'm doing and I don't care about my managers, I don't care about the job, I don't care about what I'm doing, then obviously I'm going to be lazy. Now, there are some people in the world that are just lazy in general.
So it's like this.
But like, if you're not
It's
doing
like
something
this.
you love, then who cares if you're being lazy?
100%. But it's like this, right? It's like this. If you're forced,
You put my car in the
yeah. If you're forced to do something when you don't want to do it, even if you like doing it, right? For example, people like streaming. They love streaming. They have the supplies to stream.
Yeah.
Then they don't stream. But they want to do that. They don't stream. Or people who love playing football, like people who love playing soccer, people who love playing sports. They love it, but then they don't want to put in the work to be good at it at times.
That's true.
It takes discipline to be able to do those things. But I want to be good at football. Yeah, but I don't like, you see Patrick Mahomes, these people practicing better than the other person. They're like, how many times did we go to practice or whatever the case would be, and people didn't show up because they were like, I don't feel like going to practice, but they want to be the best football player in the world. It's like that.
That's very true.
It's like if I want to do something, I love it so much, but then it's just like, and
But do they really love it though? We're gonna get into a long rant about this, bro. Because do they really love it, or do they just see us making a lot of money, so they want to do it because they enjoy doing it at first, but they don't really love it. They just see that it's making a lot of money, so they're like, oh, well, I would love to be like this person. I would love to be famous. I would love to just play football and make money for it. I would love to do those things, but obviously don't want to work for it. So do they really love it, or do they just love the
they don't
reward of
I feel like they love it, or they say they love it. They don't want to deal with the pain of getting there.
I can see that.
It's like
it is hard to do anything,
it's like if
no matter what you do.
it's like if I'm going to go work out, right? Whatever the case be, I love working out, right? But no one truly wants to deal with the pain of being sore and hurt. You can't really go to work. You're sitting there, you're like, oh my gosh, like you're just feeling pain all the time. No one wants to deal with that. So that's what causes them to be like, or meal prep. No one wants to meal prep, even though the food be good.
True.
No one wants.
If I could just have somebody make my meal prep for me, I definitely would.
No one wants to do it. So it's like it's in that sense. So whenever she's saying like you're forced to do it, it's just that whenever you're forced to do it, because whenever humans are given the option, right, sometimes, then they're
gonna choose the easier option.
They're gonna choose the easier option every single time.
Most of the time, yeah.
That's just how it is.
Rant during a stream about how modern society is obsessed with money and work. She talked about how we live in this hyper-capitalistic world that trains people to value cash over real human connection and empathy. Now look, on the surface, that's not even a horrible take. A lot of people agree with that. But here's where the cracks start showing, because she's delivering this whole speech while sitting in a multi-million-dollar mansion in Los Angeles. And that alone had people raising eyebrows fast. And let's not forget, this is the same person who just months ago bought herself a $12,000 engagement ring to marry herself. She literally made a whole video proposing to herself, like it was some deep moment, and people still haven't recovered from the secondhand embarrassment.
Oh, just go get one for yourself. So that's what
I think I was reacting to her buying it.
I
Pause it
did.
again though. Before, I'm glad they brought this up, because before, when you just paused it before, I thought about this and I was like, all she does is work. She doesn't have, well, from the public's view, she doesn't have any relationship. Now, I'm not sure if she has a private relationship, but from the public's eye view, she doesn't have a relationship. So all she does is stream, and she doesn't have a relationship. She's not prioritizing any relationship because all she does is work.
And she has the money. Okay, now I want you to look at it like this.
Like, SS Sniper Wolf had at least sausage. I'm just saying.
No, I want you to look at this, right? Here's the biggest kicker for me, right? If this is something that you want, whatever the case may be, you're forced to work, you're forced to do this, right? wouldn't you like be like, I'm okay, now that I'm successfully out of this system, I don't want to work or do this anymore. I want to go help people and make it your sole priority to just go help people because you already have the money now.
I think people say they want to help people,
And
but
then
they
don't.
don't know. But they don't. They when they see what it really means to help people, and they're like, "Oh well, I can help one person, but it's not gonna help the world." They kind of give up. Cause like even me, I'm like, if I had a whole bunch of money, you obviously know we would probably be going out giving people food. We have a completely different worldview though, so business and idea that's gonna like kind of venture into that. But let's just say we had $1 million right now. Just $1 million. Business wasn't taking off and none of that. We just had $1 million. I know for a fact that we would give away some. But hear me out though. Let's say we were living beyond our means. Like we were living at our means, not beyond, but at. We make $1 million. We are spending 800 of that. With that being said, are we still going to give away as much as we say we're going to give away if we need to make more money to stay alive?
I think
because that's where I see.
I think it's in the context of like this, right?
All right.
I think it's in the context like this, right? If once it's, I think it's like what Andrew Tate said. Once you make $18 million,
there's really nothing
else to really buy. Like unless you like own Amazon, okay?
I mean,
if you own
a yacht,
you own Amazon, I'm not gonna cap. You need a lot of money. I'm not gonna cap, gang. The one building is $1 billion. So like that's understandable. But whenever it comes to someone of her caliber or something like that, she probably opens up a stream and probably makes a couple $1,000s.
No, for sure. 100%.
Like off of that stream, right?
100%.
Now, if I'm
maybe even
all it takes for you, right? If you're living above or below your means or whatever the case may be, right? You have a PC, which I'd say you spend about $5,000 to $6,000 on your PC. Okay, you pay for your internet, and you live in a humble abode, not some mansion, whatever the case may be.
That's not me, no.
That's what. But and here's my point, though.
Okay.
Here's my point.
Listener.
They're living like that, right? When they're talking about this.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
They're living.
That's why I brought it up, though. That's why.
Because if it's me and him, right? Let's say we make it $1 million. I'd be like, hey, bro,
we'll get you
let's go get a nice little house where we could pay like, I don't know, like $2,000 a month for mortgage or whatever the case may be. Let's go buy a PC, whatever the case may be. We have all this money. Let's help as many people as possible. Let's start a program or something instead of
put it into our business.
That's what I'm saying. Let's start a program or something instead of just making our life more lavish. Let's live how we're living now and use this money to help other people because that's what we want. That's our goal. That's what we truly want.
The goal is to help more people so that in result, everybody is enjoying the life that they want to live. You don't got to enjoy the multi-million-dollar, I want a 20-room mansion and the Ferrari and all those
some
things.
people don't want
if that's not what you want, cool. If that's what you want, cool. We want the best of both worlds for everybody.
Yeah, because some people don't want that. So it's like, whenever you're looking at it like that, it's like that's like if you're talking about this thing, then you should be living humbly and trying to help other people.
Like Maya. You know who Maya is? Well, I'm not gonna say like because they're not in the same realm. Maya is a endangered animal rescuer of that retro sphere.
Mm-hmm.
She does things with animals and tries to help people. And when there was a flood and I forgot where, an agent went and helped build pipes and stuff like that. So like her entire stream is revolved around helping people. And that's what I mean by like when people see what it takes to really help people, as in not doing the same things that you're doing. Like all she does, Pokimane, from my perspective, is known for playing video games, having little funny jokes, being, I guess, attractive, and playing video games. Like that's all I know her for. So if she was to really go and help people, she would have to change that angle. And even now, she's being called like.
I think Speed is going to go help people.
But yes and no.
I don't know.
Yes, he stopped doing the desktop streams and started going into the real world, which is different because that's the outside world. He showed how Africa isn't poor. So him just going out and doing stuff is helping people, and he also starts giving away like money when he finds people and stuff like that. I don't see Pokimane doing nothing except sitting on that desk.
That's what I'm saying. And also, before we continue the video, another big thing why a lot of these streamers donate to charity is
for publicity.
For publicity, but
And
you
tax
get a you get a tax deduction for that, right?
You get a tax write-off. If you don't know about business, anything that you do in front of, like, let's say our business is YouTube. If I do something in front of YouTube, or if I do something in front of Twitch, that's a tax write-off. Like, if y'all go look up this clip, DDG bought India Love a Birkin bag. It was a tax write-off because he did it on stream.
Valid. It's an actual thing. It's considered an expense. All you got to do is show that you made a video with it. But anyway, let's continue.
Anyway,
A ring at Bulgari that I just fell in love with. It felt like way too much to get for myself, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, I hope someday I actually get engaged. The person that you are engaged to the most in your entire lifetime is your damn self.
That's self-centered.
That's not a problem if you're not saying these things. If you're not saying that, oh, your relationship with other people, etc., and then you're like, oh, yeah, but I love myself the most. That's the issue.
We're going to get a pause counter. Go.
So why shouldn't I get this ring for my damn self? So, this is me proposing to myself.
But sure, keep lecturing everyone else about materialism like nothing's off at all. And then we hit the infamous cookie situation. And no, that didn't sound right. But we're talking about those overpriced cookies she launched for $28. When people called them expensive instead of just laughing it off, she snapped back hard. Yep, the same person crying about capitalism called people broke boys for not wanting to spend nearly $30 on cookies. And to make it worse, those cookies were basically repackaged from another brand that sold them way cheaper. So yeah, peak anti-capitalism energy right there. It gets even funnier though. Someone in her chat called her a moody socialist millionaire. And instead of ignoring it like any normal creator, she slapped them with a 14-day timeout. Gone, wiped, erased, then she launched into another rant. Like that somehow helped her case. And here's what really started annoying people. She's already sitting on more money than most people will ever see in 10 lifetimes. So when she talks about waiting until some imaginary future milestone to start giving back, people are like, why not now? If you're really about generosity, what's the delay? That's the core issue with creators like Pokimane. It's not the success, it's not the money. Good for her. It's the non-stop hypocrisy.
Guys, I thought my meeting was at 2. It's at 1, which means I'm 8 minutes late. I'm so sorry. Love you guys so much. I've got to depart. Thank God I didn't get into a Valorant game.
She makes around.
I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Just for
1 minute she's posting clips, shopping on Rodeo Drive, flexing Gucci.
It doesn't. So if you want to go,
no, I was just gonna say, just FYI, guys, she makes $30,000 a month.
Okay.
FYI.
That's crazy.
FYI.
If y'all didn't know what happened in that clip, basically in streams there's these things called trains. Obviously y'all know what trains are, but it's a subscriber train. So as let's say he subscribes to Pokimane, and then I subscribe right after, it'll cause a train, and if people keep subbing, which subbing is $5, then it will keep going and keep going and keep going. She said that, well, there was a train going on, and they wanted to keep subbing, but the sub train actually like stopped. So she was just like, oh, I thought my meeting was at this time. It's actually at this time. Now I gotta go because basically my train stopped. So she wants to say she's not trying to make all this money and but then she does that when
30
product designer,
but
everything.
again, if you're trying to make your bread, you're trying to make your bread, but
don't say something
be
else.
real about it. How many times we tell y'all we broke? Like the video, subscribe, comment. We are broke. I don't care. Yes, I'm broke, but I'm gonna be real about it. I am broke. This girl is a tens of millions of dollars. Not just $1 million, tens of millions of dollars. And she's saying these things without doing anything.
Hold on, let me.
Like, I'm not mad because she's a streamer.
By 3 months, she's already made over average of the American income. No, she makes $30,000 a year.
3, 6,
I mean,
9, 12.
Yeah, but that's 30,000, 30,000, 60,000, 90,000. That's 3 months. She's almost at six. She's almost at 6 figures.
I'm not good at math.
She's almost at 6 figures in 3 months, and that's a rough estimate. She probably made more than that.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about sponsorship.
We're not talking about sponsorship. None of that. We just talking about how much she makes It's literally based off Twitch.
Just Twitch. We're not talking about YouTube. We're not talking about sponsors. We're not talking
So,
about
like,
if she has any other businesses behind the scenes.
So,
Her
like,
cookie business on $28 cookies.
$28 a cookie is crazy.
We gotta go though. That's 24 minutes.
But yeah, we do.
The next minute, she's on stream preaching about how money corrupts people. You even see it live on stream. She'll go live, do her routine, and once the gifted subs slow down after about 30 minutes, suddenly she remembers she has a meeting. So you're telling me the meeting magically appears the second donations dry up? Come on now, people aren't that clueless.
I think she's calling.
But all of that drama was just the warm-up act, because then Captain Puffy dropped something that made this situation explode even more. For anyone who doesn't know, Captain Puffy is another creator who recently came forward with a detailed document describing emotional manipulation, financial pressure, and harmful behavior she experienced in a past relationship. The document was long, serious, and genuinely hard to read. Here's where Pokimane gets pulled into it. The person accused currently lives with her as a roommate. According to Captain Puffy, Pokimane was made aware of everything and was shown the evidence directly. Her response was sympathetic at first, saying she was sorry that happened. And then, nothing. She continued living with him, collaborating, appearing in content,
Right, so
business as usual. And remember, this
basically what happened was Puffy made a documentary basically about how this man treated her like garbage, right?
This girl?
I don't know who Puffy is. I don't know if that's the dude. this is what's happening.
Okay.
So
Pokimane was made aware of everything and was shown the evidence directly. Her response was sympathetic at first, saying she was sorry that happened. And then, nothing. She continued living with him, collaborating,
and she was
appearing
like,
in content,
I feel so bad for
business
you.
as usual.
And then she was like,
and remember, this is the same person
you know what?
constantly
I'm still
tweeting
gonna
about
live with him
believing
and make
victims
content
and
with him.
supporting women. When it's abstract, she's loud. When it's personal and inconvenient, suddenly it's silence. No public acknowledgement, no distancing, just hoping the internet moves on. Even Ms. Keefe called her out on stream, saying it bothered him how hard he defended her over the years, only to watch her preach values she wouldn't stand on when it mattered. And when he's sounding like the voice of reason, you already know things went left. This is the pattern people are done ignoring. She brands herself as a moral authority, a compass for what's right. But the second those morals clash with her comfort, her brand, or her living situation, they quietly disappear. And that's exactly why this backlash hit so hard. And that's the part where it all evaporates instantly. It's performative activism at its finest.
That's basically it.
Mm-hmm. Last thoughts?
My last thoughts are just basically, I have no problem. Like, I'm not the super hard capitalistic right-leaning person or whatever. I'm not that person, right? I'm just saying that if you're going to say something, stand on business. Don't be like, don't sit there. It's like he said, it's performative. She's like, woo, yay, like, this is the right thing, da 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 blah blah blah. And then on the other side, she's like, oh, man. She cuts off the stream. She's like, she goes, yeah, that sucks. You know, these people going through these struggles and X, Y, and Z and da 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 da. And I'm just like, that's crazy work, you know? Like, it would be different if she was doing all of the things like she supported or whatever the case may be, and it showed in her character, and she was just like, yeah, this capitalistic society, that would be way different. She's over there donating, she's over there creating programs for people, she's over there doing all of these things for people, right? Here's the thing, like Andrew Tate, for example, right? Genuinely, the real world helps a lot of people. Like, genuinely, like, it actually does. It helps a lot of people make money. There's a lot of learning in there. It's actually not a pyramid scheme. There is actually a lot in there where people have told me that they've made money and etc. and they've done well, but they've actually paid attention. They've actually put in the time. There's a lot of information in there. It does kind of feel like a mouthful at first because there's a lot, but whenever you actually get everything down and work on everything, then you can actually move forward and you can actually make a lot of money in there. These people have the opportunity to start programs like that. There's people that will listen to you because of where you are at. They will listen to you and be like, oh my gosh, streaming and this and that. Like, they will listen to you for these reasons because they know that you're good and X, Y, and Z, and y'all can give them knowledge to help them get a better life. But you decide, like, I'm already made my money, I'm gonna continue making more money, and X, Y, and Z, boom, 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 and then preach this. That's my final thoughts. Just not right. Not right in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm not involved in the political things. I don't think politically. I think logically, I think that if we all helped each other out, it would be a better life. I don't, point blank period. But people who have a lot of money are obviously scared to get rid of the money. It's more of a fear than them not really wanting to. So personally, I feel like if there wasn't this metric that you have to meet, as in being a certain person, and then or having this certain type of money and then having to spend it, that's not like what we're saying. It's like, oh, you're a millionaire now you have to start giving away. It's like, nah, there's some people that made the millions and they just don't care about nobody else. But if you're gonna say one thing and do something completely different, that just shows that you're not being true to who you really are. If you're gonna be true to who you really are, tell how you feel and act on it. So regardless of if Pokimane does donate in private or does feel this type of way in private, everything that she does online is showing otherwise, and they're not going to look at what they can't see. They're going to look at what they can't see, and what they see is you being a hypocrite. So don't be a hypocrite. Fix the...
That's our charge. Is don't be... If I don't... It doesn't matter what you say, as long as you... I will respect you if you stand on for what you say, even if it's completely wrong and I completely disagree.
Facts.
If you stand on what you say, I will personally respect you. Just because I respect you don't mean I'm gonna like you.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, this might be a crazy statement, but I was working with this dude and he was like talking about smacking his girl, and I was like, yeah. I was like, hey man, if you want to, no, I'm just playing. No, but like seriously, like it's just like anything else. If you like cucumbers, I don't like cucumbers. Hey, I respect your opinion on like cucumbers. I just don't like cucumbers.
And if you talking about how nasty cucumbers are or whatever, then you go eat a cucumber in my face.
That just don't make sense.
It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but before we end, remember this. I'm gonna read this off because we're trying to do a new YouTube outro and not just like saying goodbye. So before we end, remember this. We're not here to chase clout, money, or approval. We are here to stay aligned with God. If this spoke to you or to someone that needs it, subscribe to the channel and walk with the journey with us. Stay prayed up, stay disciplined, stay aligned, and we'll see you in the next one. 'Cause I trust in you. You was there.